is to be able to preserve what is good and right about our civil justice system. That's what we do.
Call 251-1111 to see if you have a case. Harrell and Harrell, don't settle for less than you deserve.
Terrence denies all 4 of Tatiana's children.
How you gonna say that he can't make girls?
He and his mom demand the quadruple DNA truth.
You get around, you know my reason
on the next Maury.
Tomorrow at 4 on CW17.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of 1010XL Tonight, brought to you by Zaxby's, Frangie, and Prosser, talking all kind of stuff. Big weekend coming up here.
Well, and a big weekend just passed, and it seems like this show's a lot more fun every other week. I wonder why that is.
You didn't mention Mike and Molly. You always mention Mike and Molly.
Mike and Molly are overshadowed. They've been sacked by the Jaguars defense. Yeah, they're on IR.
They, among a lot of others. We always kick off the show, as you know by now, with something we call the big thing. And clearly the big thing this week, Jeff just talked about it. What a performance by the Jaguars defense. My goodness, did they look good. Hey, Jeff, no Fournette, no Cam Robinson, no Allen Robinson for the longest time. No problem, because there's plays like this one down the field to Keelan Cole. Boy, did the Jaguars look good again. We've said that a lot this year.
And don't forget, no Brandon Linder, your 2 best offensive linemen, your best player, and your best receiver in the offense, put up the 3rd most yards in franchise history. Listen, it's kind of become a broken record. It's 4 times this year I've said, I'm not sure I've seen such an impressive Jaguars win. And now the key is obviously, pretty simple. You got to start stacking some consistency to go along with these great maximum efforts. And this team's inability to win at home the last year and a half is really going to be quite confusing if they don't turn that around in a week. But today is a day to look back and celebrate. And they're 2-1 on the road in the division, and they absolutely throttled a team that's given them fits the last 12, 15 years.
And boy, that defense, again, double-digit sacks, only the 3rd time now in NFL history, NFL or AFL history, where one team has double-digit sacks twice in 1 year. The Jags did it. The 84 Bears have done it. The 67 Raiders did it, actually even before the merge. It's unbelievable how this team has played defense. I was also really happy for TJ Yeldon. First time he has been active this year, and he played marvelously. It shows the depth of this football team. Jeff said it a minute ago. This is a team now that is gutting teams that in the past have gutted them. It's only the 5th time they've ever won in Indianapolis. What a performance. And you know what, Jeff? It's good to get to the break like this. You know what? Everybody can kind of breathe a little bit and breathe. Yeah. Now they're at the break with some momentum with the second half upcoming.
There have been better Jaguar teams than this one. I'm not sure there's been a better defense. And I'm not sure, and this includes 99, there's built a team that's made to contend like this one. And I'll tell you what I mean. This team is as good as any in the league in running the football and stopping the pass. They're number 2 in pass defense. They're number 1 in scoring defense. They're number 6 in overall defense. They're number 1 in the NFL in running the football. You know what that translates to? If you got a lead, it's over. Now, on the other side, it plays to their weakness if they fall behind. So this team, more than any other in the National Football League, and more than any Jaguar team I can remember, desperately needs to get ahead. And look what we've seen in the games they've gotten ahead, right? The games the Jaguars have gotten ahead have been blowouts. And the games they have not gotten ahead, they've either lost close one or never caught up. This is so important for this team as they roll into second halves to have the lead.
Yeah, final thought, too, is the fact that Blake Bortles is playing pretty well. All the guff he's taken, all the way he's been beat up, he's played pretty well. That was a really good performance yesterday. Kept plays alive, threw very accurately. Good for Blake. Everybody can breathe now. They're 4-3 at the break. Take a week off. Enjoy yourself, Jaguars. You have earned this.
Well, and here's the great news, too, about Bortles. About once every 3.5 games, he's going to give you that game, right? We're in Game 7, which means in Game 10.5, we're going to get it. In Game 14, we're going to get it, and then win in the postseason.
There you go.
Right before they go to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely right. How about in Tallahassee? How are things going there?
Not so good, Frank, and it's beginning to become a little bit confounding. It's not that you wouldn't expect Florida State to suffer when they lose their quarterback, but that's really all they've lost. I know they lost Jacquez Patrick over the weekend. But heading into this game against Louisville, Frank, a Louisville team who just got blasted by Boston College the week before, you're not missing that much. So the concern for me if I'm an FSU fan is, why are we falling so far with minimal adversity? And this is a football team that should not be 2-4. They should not be 0-3 at home. And they should not be, I believe now, like 18-16 since Jameis left. So You know, there's some questions starting to crop up. Jimbo lost his cool and his composure in the postgame, and I wonder where this FSU season is going.
Yeah, real turning point, I think, for the Noles, and you said it. They lost one guy. I don't remember, look, we're in the media. We're always wrong about stuff, right? I don't remember us being this wrong about a team in a long time the way we were about this Seminole team. It's been a long time since we've missed the mark this much. They are really a struggling football team, man. I don't know why. Yeah, they lost Francois. He's only one guy. This team is struggling as much as any Seminole team I can remember in a long, long time. I tell you what, some soul-searching going on there. They've only beaten Wake and Duke. I think they're going to lose to Boston College on Friday night. Oof. I think they're going to lose in Chestnut Hill to a Boston College team that's suddenly playing pretty well. Tough times.
Well, and they want to complain about the defensive coordinator, and that's what led to the interaction between Jimbo and the fan after the game. But I don't know if I'm blaming the coordinator. It might be time to blame a defensive roster that has 6 or 7 draftable NFL players who now in the fourth quarter has allowed NC State, Miami, and Louisville to beat them. At some point, players got to make plays.
Yeah, and speaking of the Canes, by the way, they've been playing pretty well, haven't they?
They have. I think that Miami is having a really, really fortunate season. I think the schedule is broken really nice for them. And, you know, Syracuse got their attention with their big win over Clemson. So, you know, they couldn't come in and surprise them. And I look at Miami's schedule, really, and I see Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. And if Miami can somehow win Virginia Tech, Notre Dame, which I don't think they will, but if they do,
right,
they're way ahead of schedule, right? They're playing in an ACC championship game for a right to go to the Final Four.
Yeah, they're one of these teams now that is starting to win in ways you're not sure they're as good as their record is. But I tell you what, some teams have had magical years like that. Florida the last couple of years have been like that. Not quite sure they're as good as their record says they are, but they're winning an awful lot of games. So give Miami credit. Miami has played very well so far. Hey, your only job is to win the games, and so far they have won the game.
Well, and I'll tell you what else has happened from their perspective, from Miami's perspective. Boy, Mark Richt getting fired by Georgia was the best thing to ever happen to both programs. Because Miami's a lot better and Georgia's a lot better. And we'll have more on Georgia, Florida. We haven't forgotten coming up next segment. For now, though.
We also want to know what you think, folks. We do that every day. We do it with a little something we call Twitter time, and we welcome in our friend Donna Murphy. Hey, D. Murph.
Hey, guys. Yes, those are the experts, ladies and gentlemen. And for the experts to respond to your questions, all we need you to do is tweet us with using Ask Frank and Jeff with the hashtag. So first up, let's stick with the Jags, guys. And I love that I can ask this question with a serious face. Is there a better D in the NFL than the Jags?
Well, it depends on what standards you want to use. I'd say they're as good as anyone in the NFL without saying they're the best in the NFL. Does that make sense? Still got to learn to stop the run. That still could be a real Achilles heel for this defense. They're like 29th or 30th. So I don't think you can be the best overall defense if you're that low against one particular element. But the way they force turnovers, the way they sack the quarterback, the way they stop the pass, and the way they keep you from scoring tells you they might be.
Yeah, top to bottom, I think they probably are the best defense in terms of overall result. But Jeff's point is right. The one thing is stop the run, and here's why. Jeff, they don't have that big 330-pound two-gap guy. The great run defenses have Vince Wilfork or a guy that looks like him that plays at 330. They don't have that guy. And I still think as good as Miles Jack and Telvin Smith are in pass pro, they will become better run linebackers too. Their fits will be better. But right now, yeah, I think it's as good a defense as is playing in the NFL. D-Mark, give us some more.
All right, staying with the Jags, going on the offensive side, though, this time. What happens when we get Dede back? Him and Cole and Lee unleash the speed.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll take this one. Dede Westbrook, I think, will change the team. I think he's the fast guy, and he's a get-deep guy they don't have. But, boy, was I happy to see Keelan Cole make a difference. Jeff, certainly what they haven't had is guys that can separate a little bit. That double move was a thing to behold. If they can get vertical a little bit, that's the one thing, the question I've had about this offense. I think if Cole can emerge and Westbrook helps them, yeah, they got a chance to be good on offense.
I'm going to say this with no cynicism, honestly. Aren't you better off if Blake Bortles is throwing the ball 40 or 50 yards downfield?
Right.
Because when he makes his mistake, isn't it as good as a punt? I mean, they need, especially with defenses stacking the line to stop Leonard Fournette or yesterday T.J. Yeldon and Chris Ivory, they need to take shots downfield. So, yeah, you add more speed to that rotation, even better.
Let's talk Florida, Georgia. You want to do that?
Yeah, I guess we could be the ones to kick it off for you.
Yeah,
it's coming this Saturday. It could be a bloodletting, Frank.
I know it.
We might need to call the law.
I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the fact that Dave Harrell joins us momentarily. What's the city doing? Where are all the parties? That comes up next.
I'll find them.
I get here? Well, I know I wasn't always the best mom.
While other mothers were cooking dinner, you were cooking meth.
Otherwise known as working. So, yeah, pretty much no regrets.
Mom on CW17.
I'm David Robbins with the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. When you or someone you know is arrested, you will go in front of a judge within a matter of hours, and the decisions you make at that time can have a serious and permanent impact on your life. Time is of the essence. That's why we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help. If you or a loved one is arrested, call Epstein & Robbins immediately. We can be by your side for those crucial moments. Visit FLDUIDefense.com. We're Epstein & Robbins, and we're here to help.
Imagine your life as a nurse, one of today's most respected professions. You're a natural caregiver who wants to help people and make a difference in your community. Fortis can give you the education and hands-on clinical training to become a nurse. Fortis, for the education you need to do what you love. Call Fortis Nursing today at 1-800-555-7600 or visit fortis.edu.
You've probably heard, if you drive a Subaru, you'll buy a Subaru. Well, at Jack Hanania's Subaru of Orange Park, it's much more personal than that. We ask questions and answer yours. Then, out of the hundreds in stock, we find the model and price that work for you. Finally, after we've given you all the service you deserve, plus 2 years complimentary maintenance, that's when you buy a Subaru. Buying a Subaru should be more than just driving one. It is at Subaru of Orange Park. We've got the new Subaru for you.
Before you sell your home, know the math. A $200,000 home, traditionally at a 6% commission, costs you $12,000. With First Coast Realty of Jacksonville, that same house with full service is listed for a flat fee of $575 plus 1% commission, which leaves a whole lot of savings for you. Full listing service for less. First Coast Realty of Jacksonville.
Introducing the all-new delivery pouch from Pizza Hut. Thanks to 3 layers of thermal insulation, your pizza arrives oven hot. It's like having our oven right in your kitchen. Well, pretty close. Try it with the best pizza delivery deal. Large 2 topping, just $7.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Welcome back, everyone, to 1010XL tonight, presented by Zaxby's. Frank Frangie and Jeff Prosser talking football. There's a big football game that comes up every week here in Jacksonville. I think it's the coolest week of the year. Florida and Georgia get together. Our guest is Dave Harrell, who runs all the sports and entertainment stuff. Did I say that right? All the stuff.
This guy's got one of those titles with like 8 words. What is your title officially?
I wrote it down.
Come on, say it.
He
couldn't remember. Well, first of all, I like stuff, right?
Yeah,
so stuff is a good thing. But sports and entertainment officer for the city of Jacksonville.
There you go. So that's the title. That's too many words. Yeah. Too many words.
Big.
I'll just call you the boss. Hey, big weekend. You've been doing this with the city for how long? And there's all kind of stuff planned for the fans this week, right?
Yeah, this will be my 3rd year. And certainly just want to say thank you guys. Appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk a little bit about Florida, Georgia. It's a great week. It's certainly, you know, our biggest week of the year from an event perspective. A lot of activity, a lot of moving parts, a lot of ancillary events that happen. It's really the biggest and best week of the year. And we're ready, we're prepared, and ready to go.
Maybe I would have to think that, you know, you don't throw your first meeting when it comes to this gig like 3 weeks ago. So what is the planning? I know you have the same challenges as, say, the players and other events in town. Every year you're trying to make it a little bit bigger and a little bit better than the year before. So, you know, take us through what a calendar year looks like after this game ends on Saturday till we get to it next year.
Well, it's a year-round project for us. I mean, it's something that we don't take lightly, and it's really a citywide collaborative team effort. I mean, we need a lot of different stakeholders at the table to make it work. Whether that's JSO, whether that's JFRD, whether that's Public Works, whether that's the Chamber, Visit Jacksonville, Jack Sports Council, everybody that's around the city from an event perspective is involved. And literally, after the game is over this year, we'll start working on the planning and execution for next year.
Well, talk about now with people are watching this right now, and the show's taking over Jacksonville. So every resident of Jacksonville is watching right now.
That's what I hear.
Tell fans, where do they go, Dave? Do they go to RV City and check it out? Do the Hall of Fame luncheon? Are there tickets still available for that? What do fans do this weekend that haven't been as involved as maybe some of us have?
Well, we've got a couple goals. I mean, we certainly want to make this a citywide experience, very similar to like a Kentucky Derby from an event perspective. So we're trying to expand the depth of all the activities that happen, and literally starting on Tuesday through Saturday, there's something happening every day, whether that's concerts at Daly's Place on Tuesday and Wednesday and Friday. The arena's got a hockey game, but also Florida and Georgia are playing in a club hockey game on Thursday night. RV City will officially open here in a couple days, and as you know, that's just a great time for people that want that kind of experience. Our 22nd annual Florida-Georgia Hall of Fame induction ceremony is Friday at 11:30. There are a few tickets remaining for that event. We anticipate it being sold out probably by Tuesday, close of business. And then the game on Saturday. With the game on Saturday, there's a lot of things happening. The pageantry, the excitement. Our friends at the Jack Sports Council are putting on a VIP hospitality party that's going to be off the charts. So, and then we got kickoff at 3:30. So, and then there's a game. But I think from our view, we want to make this something that whether you're a traveling fan, whether you live in Jacksonville, Florida, or Northeast Florida, you're conspicuous in your absence by not being here. This is obviously a big deal. It's got a regional impact. It's a $30 million economic impact on an annual basis. 5.5 million people watch this game. SEC Nation's going to be here this year, officially announced yesterday. So very excited about that opportunity. Great brand opportunity for Jacksonville to really accelerate our brand. A lot of people coming in, a lot of local people fired up, and we are as well.
I will say one thing when we talk about, how is this experience different for the fans. I will say for those of you that live in Jacksonville and you go to Jaguar games on the weekend and you're planning on going to the Florida-Georgia game, either you've forgotten or it's the first one you've been to, not the same kind of traffic patterns. You have so many people in from out of town. It's going to take you a little bit longer, I guess, to get in and out of town. And it's one of those games where it starts at 3:30. You probably recommend people trying to get down here in mid-morning rather at 2 o'clock, as you can see in other situations.
We do, Jeff. I mean, this is something where JSO is just tremendous, and having the partnership with them just means a lot to the city. We recommend people get down there five hours early. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't wake up, get down to the sports complex, get settled, have a great time. We've got a fan experience that's happening in Met Park too, with a lot of activity. SEC Nation will be down there as well. Obviously, there's a lot of tailgating at RV City. Just a lot of things happening for fans, but don't think that you're going to show up at 2:30, park your car, and walk to Everbank Field. Get down there early. If it's 5 hours, there's a lot of transportation options, whether it's Game Day Express through JTA, whether it's our water taxis, you name it. There's a lot of ways that you can get to the game.
A lot of fun. All right, you gonna get any sleep this week or no?
No.
No sleep.
No, it's okay. We're used to it, Frank.
Dave, it's a fun week. Thanks for stopping by. It's gonna be a blast. I can't wait to get down. It's gonna be a blast. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
All right, Dave Harrell from the city of Jacksonville. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into high school football. Big weekend always in high school football. We'll talk a little baseball as well. All that coming up when we continue, so stay with us.
Introducing the all-new delivery pouch from Pizza Hut. Thanks to 3 layers of thermal insulation, your pizza arrives oven hot. It's like having our oven right in your kitchen. Well, pretty close. Try it with the best pizza delivery deal. Large 2 topping, just $7.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I don't know what you've been told. I don't know what you've been told. Where the best gear is sold. Where the best gear is sold. Tactical gear working more. Your Army, Navy outdoor store. Army, Navy, Army, Navy, outdoors.
Get all you need at Army, Navy Outdoors. We're your tactical work and outdoor store. We carry a complete line of clothing and gear so you can have fun or work in comfort.
Army, Navy, outdoors. Sawyer Gas.
I'm Barry Rainey, General Manager for Sawyer Gas. On behalf of all our employees, I want to thank our valued customers for their business. Here at Sawyer Gas, serving our customers in a safe and responsible manner is our top priority. We're proud to be a part of the local community and participate in the many activities that support local charities and organizations that improve the neighborhoods where we work, live, and play.
Sawyer Gas, driving every day with Sawyer Gas.
When it comes to tough, versatile workhorses, nothing compares to Kubota's full line of RTV Series utility vehicles. Engineered to last and designed to deliver, Kubota's RTV X Series doesn't just lead the way on rugged dependability, it leads the pack. From big jobs to small projects and daily chores. Choose from America's top-selling family of diesel utility vehicles to help you do it all.
Visit McClenny Equipment and Tractor or click metractor.com. Subaru of Jacksonville is bringing big savings to you this fall. Subaru of Jacksonville has 0% financing on new 2017 and 2018 Subarus. Or you can drive out in the all-new Impreza for only $119 a month. Plus, you'll receive complimentary maintenance on all new Subarus. Hurry in for 0% financing, big savings, and the best selection of new Subarus. And personally experience why Subaru of Jacksonville is the Subaru Love Promise Retailer of the Year and Dealer Rater's Dealer of the Year 3 years in a row.
Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru.
Terrence denies all 4 of Tatiana's children.
How he gonna say that he can't make girls?
He and his mom demand the quadruple DNA truth.
You get around, you know my real name.
On the next morning.
Tomorrow at 4 on CW17.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. Great to have you with us. Let's talk high school football. I'm convinced District 5 4A here in Jacksonville is as good a district as there is in the state. I really believe that, Jeff. Great teams. 2 of those really good teams got together the other night when Trinity played Ponte Vedra. Man, these are good programs.
Well, and I tell you what's really kind of pumped up the whole high school football scene has been the St. Johns County resurgence, right? I mean, from St. Augustine being grand to Bartram for a lot of years now. Ponte Vedra has become a real good team. Right. And yeah, I mean, you talk about a game here with Ponte Vedra and Trinity. Trinity's so good, right? One of the real standards that teams are trying to meet and not quite able to meet it this week with Ponte Vedra.
Trinity wins the game 21-3. Terrific game between those 2 teams. Remember, Ponte Vedra, Trinity, Bowles, Kenny, all in that same fantastic district. Trinity goes on to win this game. Congratulations to the Conquerors. They win 21-3.
Imagine the team that's not going to make the playoffs.
I know.
Right? Because there's going to be at least one, even with the new rules.
Even if 3 get in, one of them's not. And I mean, Bowles and Kenny already played that fantastic game. Let's turn it to baseball for a second. The World Series is set. I love baseball this time of year. What a good World Series. The Dodgers, for the first time since 1988, are in, and they're going to have to play this team, the red-hot Houston Astros. What a great World Series.
That's Alonso Blanco right there, buddy. That's Evan Gattis. Little-known trivia fact. Yours truly has been to 50 Major League Baseball games. He owns 1 foul ball that he caught at the game, and it was off of Gattis' bat.
Now, that means a lot to me to know that. I didn't know that. I've known you forever. I didn't know that.
That was over up there in Atlanta, and boy, what a series this was. It doesn't happen as often as you think it would, but the home team won all 7 games in the series. Right. It's only happened 5 times in Major League history.
I got to tell you, I wanted Dodgers-Yankees just because it's Dodgers-Yankees.
Romanticized.
Yeah, I wanted Reggie Jackson and Garvey. They would have all been out there. But give this Astros team credit. They're awfully good. But that's the team I think you got to watch. The Dodgers may be one of the best Major League Baseball teams I think to come along in years.
Well, I think, and I also think that if you looked at the entire regular season, these were the 2 best teams in baseball. I know Cleveland made a run and passed Houston, but from start to finish, Houston's got nothing to complain about. The way Justin Verlander, who won Game 6, has pitched since coming over the trade deadline, 9-0. It's going to be a fantastic World Series.
Great World Series, no question about it. Let's take a break. Almost out of time. We still want to know more of what you think. We want you to tweet us your questions. You've done it a bunch. We're going to answer some more questions. One more run of Twitter time when we return, so stay with us.
You've probably heard, if you drive a Subaru, you'll buy a Subaru. Well, at Jack Hanani's Subaru of Orange Park, it's much more personal than that. We ask questions and answer yours. Then, out of the hundreds in stock, we find the model and price that work for you. Finally, after we've given you all the service you deserve, plus 2 years complimentary maintenance, that's when you buy a Subaru. Buying a Subaru should be more than just driving one. It is at Subaru of Orange Park. We've got the new Subaru for you.
I'm David Robbins with the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. When you or someone you know is arrested, you will go in front of a judge within a matter of hours, and the decisions you make at that time can have a serious and permanent impact on your life. Time is of the essence. That's why we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help. If you or a loved one is arrested, call Epstein & Robbins immediately. We can be by your side for those crucial moments. Visit FLDUIDefense.com. We're Epstein & Robbins, and we're here to help.
Introducing the all-new delivery pouch from Pizza Hut. Thanks to 3 layers of thermal insulation, your pizza arrives oven hot. It's like having our oven right in your kitchen. Well, pretty close. Try it with the best pizza delivery deal. Large 2 topping, just $7.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Now is a great time to buy a Honda Civic. With power, a 40-mile-per-gallon highway rating, and incredible passenger volume. Discover all the reasons to buy the best-selling compact car in America. The Honda Civic. Test drive it at your local Honda dealer today.
team gets this wild.
Act surprised when they announced team captain. I was thinking about going Will Smith, like.
And that's before they even take the field. Get in the game.
And see. Weeknights at 5 on CW17.
If you're going to Mars, Kara's going with you. Going back would be a suicide mission.
Yep.
This is your home?
I'm the only green Martian left.
I'm sorry, Jean. There's another one.
It's me, Father.
Supergirl. All new episode tonight, 8/7 Central on the CW.
What if we made a mistake that night in Somalia?
No way.
Valor. New drama tonight at 9/8 Central.
Welcome back to 1010XL Tonight. I'm Donna Murphy. The experts are here with me, ready to answer your questions as it is Twitter time. Frank Frangie, Jeff Prosser. All you have to do, send in your questions by using the hashtag AskFrankAndJeff. So first up, I know you haven't gotten enough of your fill of Florida Georgia questions, so let's continue that going on. At Craig Kelly, would this Dogs team be 7-0 with Richt as coach instead of Kirby? My opinion, no chance.
I mean, I don't have a problem really with the question until you get to the no chance part. Like Mark Richt was going 5-6 every year. Well, it's a really good team that Georgia has. They've only been tested once, and it was at Notre Dame. So, you know, maybe they wouldn't be. I think they'd have one loss at the most. It's kind of a bad year to pick that argument because I don't know if anyone's paying attention, but isn't Mark Richt undefeated down at Miami right now? So, yeah, I don't think that this is because of a coaching move.
I think Mark Richt's a terrific coach, and I think he did a great job at Georgia. He's one of my favorite people in the business, and he's doing a great job at Miami. But I think Georgia needed new life. There's a swagger, there's an edge that I think Georgia has that I'm not sure they would have had under Mark. So I don't know if I'll go no chance. I agree with Jeff, but I don't think they would have been 7-0. I think there's an edge and a feistiness about them with Kirby Smart, so I think it matters.
I think I would say it this way. Would Georgia blow the doors off of Florida this week if it were Mark Richt coaching instead of Kirby Smart? I'd say no chance. That I might agree with. Yeah. I have a feeling Kirby Smart's going to have a little bit more blood in his eye than Mark Richt did. So there it helps.
He's got an edge. Donna, give us some more.
Well, speaking of intensity and Kirby Smart, that leads us to the next question. Has Kirby changed the intensity level to where we could see Georgia start to dominate?
Well, that's the question is, this thing has been so cyclical. Georgia won 12 out of the last 14 in the Vince Dooley era. Florida's won 21 of 27 of the last recently. It's been a cyclical deal. Can Georgia now dominate because they've got Kirby Smart? Jeff, my answer to that will be it depends on what Florida does. When one team has dominated this series, it's because the other team has been down. Now, part of that's because they don't get the players that the other guy's getting, right? If Florida gets it figured out with McElwain, nobody's going to dominate this thing. But I do think Kirby's not going to get dominated. So a lot of that question comes down, the answer to that question comes down to what Florida does, right?
I mean, with all due respect to Georgia, it's been one half of 1 year, so I'll be tapping a keg of Settle Down right outside Gate 4 before the game on Saturday. Just take a little sip of Settle Down. Dominate the series because you're off to a 7-0 start? I mean, look, I think Georgia will win this week, don't get me wrong, but they were a 13-point favorite 2 years ago, and Florida won by 18. So fresh keg just tapped of Settle Down.
Before we get our sip of Settle Down, Donna, would you ask us one more question, please?
Well, you can tell me if this is how all the Gator fans feel. From @GatorJ87, I'll consider it a victory if we only lose by 14.
You take this because I just want to watch you take it.
Is that a question?
I want to enjoy this.
That's not even a question.
You just take this.
Huh? I thought Twitter time were questions for experts like Frank Frangie. That's not a question. Gator Fred? Who was he? Gator J?
Gator J.
No, no one thinks a 14-point loss is a victory.
Why can't you respect Gator J?
You're the only one, Gator J. The only guy in the world that thinks a 14-point loss is a victory.
Gator J had a fair opinion. I can't believe you're dissing on Gator J. I think Georgia's going to blow them out, by the way. I wouldn't be happy with a 14-point loss.
Well, it'd be a victory then for you.
I think you're going to blow it. I think Gator J. That's our program. Enjoy Florida, Georgia, everybody, and the Jaguar off week as well.
Good night.
Hi.
Hola.
Let's see.
Hey,
you're back.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're back. So glad you've come back. We love to see you so. You come for your favorite dish, enchiladas and tacos. Welcome back.
Come back again and again and enjoy the magic of all 4 Walt Disney World theme parks. Become a Florida Resident Silver Pass holder for $28 per month with down payment.
You're back.
A career college is more hands-on. We're going to give you the skills you need to do your job. Here at Altair's, we're going to bring you in, and we're going to treat you like family. Everything that you need to learn, everything that you would need to know, you will learn it here. The students come in and they know that their instructors care. They know that they have someone in their corner, and it means a lot to them, and it means a lot to us.
Be ready to start your new career.